Welcome to Hermann Historica. How can we be of assistance? My name is Christine.
And I'm Sarah. Rest assured, our experts are already expecting you.
Hello and a very good day. I'm Dr. Robert Stark. I am a professionally trained archaeologist and your main contact for a diverse range of archaeological objects from prehistoric cultures, classical antiquity, and non-European cultures.
Hello, I'm Isabel Benniken. I am your dedicated expert and point of contact for art as well as antiques.
Good day, my name is Michael Tillman. I am your expert for firearms requiring a permit and weapons law questions.
Good day, my name is Tobias Wolf, your expert and point of contact for civilian as well as military muzzle-loading weapons.
Good day, my name is Robert Weiss. I am your expert for antique weapons, early firearms, and art and antiques.
Hello, my name is Georg Faust, and I am your expert for medals, militaria, and contemporary history.
Hello, my name is Marcus Busch. I'm your point of contact and expert for contemporary militaria, specializing in orders and decorations.
Good day, my name is Holger Richter. I am your expert and point of contact for German and international militaria from 1700 to 1918.
A very warm welcome to Hermann Historica. My name is Thomas Reif. I am the managing director, and I hope you enjoy this tour of our company, where you will get to know our experts and our premises.
So hello, take a seat.
Hello, Mr. Weiss. I have inherited a collection from my father, and I would now like to part with it, either entirely or at least in part. What are the key details I need to know as a consignor about the process?
Well, first of all, I naturally really need to know exactly what you've got. Just send us some pictures, ideally via email or WhatsApp. They don't have to be professional photos with an awful lot of detail. Just a few overview photos of the collection so I know the quality, how many pieces, and exactly what you have. Based on these pictures, our experts can then give you an initial assessment. This is non-binding and free of charge. We can say the value is roughly such and such. If you then decide to consign, the next step is to clarify the logistical question. How do the pieces get from you to us? There are various possibilities. Smaller objects can easily be sent by mail. Otherwise, you can of course bring them to us in person. But we're also on the road a lot. Often the opportunity arises for us to pick up the pieces free of charge. With larger collections and high values, that's a matter of course for us anyway. Once the weapons or other collection items are here, our experts will take another close look at them. In person, you often get a better impression than from pictures, but usually it stays roughly within the range of the initial estimate. Once you have officially made the final decision to consign your items with us, we will carefully draw up a formal auction contract right here in-house, or we will promptly send the paperwork directly to your address if you have already shipped the items. Now you might be wondering exactly what happens next here in our facility. You have to see that the process takes some time, so we kindly ask that you have a little bit of patience while our team completes the necessary steps. We hold 2 auctions a year. The reason for that is because we have a very international audience and hold specialist auctions. That process takes a significant amount of time and effort. That is why we have 2 separate auction dates, one in the spring, which typically takes place around the beginning of May, and another one at the end of October. We carefully organize and prepare our catalogues for these auction dates. The valuable items and pieces you've brought or we've picked up are processed right here through the house. The first stop is the experts. They're appraised and the catalog descriptions are created. Following those events, they make their way to the photographers where professional photos are then carefully captured. Then they go into storage in the auction room until the auction. Meanwhile, our dedicated marketing department creates comprehensive catalogs for the internet and partly for print media. And everything is ready in time before the auction. What else interests you, of course, is the question, what will this cost me? To start with, please keep in mind that both the pickup and the initial consultation remain a completely free service for you. However, if you decide to give us the pieces for the auction, we usually charge a standard commission of 20% on the final sale. That includes everything we do, starting with our professional services, logistics, digital advertising, catalogues, warehousing, and insurance. Everything is covered by this 20%, and this 20% is only charged if a sale occurs. That means if we hammer the item down at the auction and actually sell it, the commission is charged. For any unsold lots, we naturally charge you nothing. As a quick example, if you consign an item and it sells for 1,000 euros at auction, you will then receive a total payment of 800 euros. There are no further deductions or hidden costs.
Good day, my name is Bernhard Pacher. I am one of your auctioneers and I would like to very warmly welcome you to the auction preview. Please come on in with me to our main auction room here, where you can conveniently browse through all the objects that will be available for bidding in the upcoming auction. A legal requirement of every auction is the previewing. In the week before the auction, all 6,500 objects are on display for your inspection in our auction rooms. Please come closer and take a look at the display cases. And now I welcome you to the auction, and I'll briefly explain in a few words how such an auction works technically. First, you register as a visitor at our reception desk and receive your bidder number there. With this assigned bidder number, you can place your bids on any lot during the auction by simply and clearly raising the number for me to see. As the auctioneer, I will announce and call out each lot in ascending order according to my official logbook, and I will usually start accepting bids at the predetermined starting price. If there are already pre-existing written bids, however, I will start with a single standard bidding increment above the second highest bid. Because we as auctioneers always act in your best interest, you can pre-bid in writing, and we only use your written pre-bid to the minimum extent that is necessary to outbid the second bidder. You can also register for telephone bidding. In this specific case, you will be called by a dedicated member of our staff shortly before the lot is called, and you can participate directly by phone. Alternatively, you can complete your registration through our website and participate in live bidding online in real time during the auction. You see the auctioneer, you hear the auctioneer, and you will always know exactly at what time you are the highest bidder and with which specific bid. Once the bidding has concluded, the hammer falls, and on the day after the auction, you will receive not only the confirmation for the items you have successfully won, but also your invoice, including shipping costs if desired. Alternatively, you are always more than welcome to pick it up in person. For any further questions you might have, it's best to send us an email and we will get back in touch with you immediately.